so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, 3 amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Michaels and Rob Bossoleri on the Vegas Bad Boys of podcasting, and we are finally to the big week here in Las Vegas. It is WrestleMania weekend, and our week, I mean, this is going on from Wednesday all the way until next Tuesday. It's crazy. Look, merch already in Walmart.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, $10 for this shirt. Come on. Can't go wrong.
I should have known. I'm wearing my Funny Bone shirt. I'm doing local.
Right. If Funny Bone ever wrestles here again, Jesus. It's been almost a year. This is going to be his first matches in Vegas in over a year.
There you go. I'll be ready.
There you go. MGM Grand has the WWE title there by the Lion. They've been setting up the arena inside of the Regent.
Wow.
So
I've never been there before.
Yeah, it's an impressive place, and you'll enjoy yourself. Well, you better enjoy yourself for the price you paid for tickets. So.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't pay what DJ paid, so my ass doesn't need creams. I'm good. No matter what, I'm going to enjoy myself.
There you go. All right, so here's a card. We'll kind of hit some things. Mysterio and El Grande Americano. It's been a great setup.
It is
fucking awesome. It's a great way to use Chad Gable and have him, he has that wonderful personality, and you can use it as comedy, but also you see him in the ring and it's fucking amazing.
And he did switch up his moveset a little bit. He did adjust, and he's more high flying now.
He must have learned the black arts of Lucha Libre. And on Raw, they had a great match between Mysterio and one of the who was it? Which one of the Hook brothers? Whatever those guys are called, the American made guys.
You mean
him.
Yeah.
The one brother.
Creed.
There you go. So it's a decent match. It at least gives Mysterio something to do and gives Chad Gable a Mania match. That tag team match between the
Bebop and Rocksteady,
between the War Raiders and the New Day, the promo video they showed on Raw really helped elevate that a little bit, making it personal about the neck being broken. Just gives it something where I think a lot of fans were kind of, just like, well, that wasn't really built up. Maybe they should have had DIY versus, the Street Profits versus, any one of those 4 tag teams on SmackDown instead of this match. So, I mean, that should be interesting. And the other tag match is Raquel and Liv defending the titles against, Bailey and who is it?
I'm going to call this right now. The way we saw Bailey react to losing the Women's Intercontinental title shot, where she had that little brief heel moment, I'm thinking maybe she might have a heel turn.
Possibly. I mean, we're seeing. We don't know. The women's division is so stacked that it's really hard to see where things are going with it. So
the reason why I say that is Bailey as a face right now, or a heel, her job is to put other people over. She's doing a good job at that. Lyra Valkyria needs to get up to the next level. And right now she's stale as well because she's not really being stretched. So if they have a heel turn and now she has a feud with Bayley, now you get to see what she can do on a mic and what she can do in a ring. We now have a good idea of what she can do in a ring, but I want to see her take it to that next level.
But we've already seen her wrestle Bayley like 2 or 3 times now within the last few weeks. So I don't know if they would necessarily, use that heel turn to elevate Lyra. I don't know. It's an interesting. It's a veteran wrestler who is in a position where she really doesn't need anything other than what she kind of wants to do right now. So, very interesting. But again, those are the kind of the 3 lowest of the, the lower card matches. Okay, and then you have Orton wrestling maybe Aldis, maybe Aleister Black, maybe Miro. What do you think?
Nick Aldis would be a safe way to go. And for the WWE universe who really aren't aware of his indies work, TNA, NWA, he was their champion for like almost 3 years, holding the 10 pounds of gold. He can still fight. I mean, he's only removed from the ring for about 1 year, really. And the RKO would give him reason to do it. He comes out, then he goes, "Your next opponent is me." And then he comes down to the ring. "You made fun of Mickey. You did this, you did that." Boom. And now they have a fight.
Yeah. I mean, you could. Personally, I think that if you go with anyone and you have them actually wrestle, it's Sami Zayn. Sammy's the only one who fits into the story.
Yeah, he was part of that extended Owens thing, and now he could say he's fighting for Owens' honor or something, maybe. Is that where you're going with it?
Why not? Why not? The guy doesn't have a match on the card. If he's healthy, then why not have him? The fans would pop at that. Here's the problem. Nick Aldis doesn't get a pop. No, Rob, the only people who pop for Aldis are the AEW fucking people. Meaning
I wouldn't even say that.
The percentage of fans who know who he actually is and what he's done is so minuscule that you have 50,000 people, you're going to have 500 people go, "Oh,
well,
yeah."
I'm not saying, like he has to come out and be Magnus. But it would be a pop in the sense that it would be kind of a swerve. The audience wouldn't see it coming. He does, his moves, his signature style. That would be interesting. But Aleister Black would be a monster pop, even bigger than Sami Zayn.
No, I don't think so.
For Aleister Black?
Yeah, because again, he hasn't been reintroduced to. You're talking about a lot of fans who probably never saw him wrestle, to be honest. Again, you think through the perspective of a Mark, right? You're someone who watches, right? I'm thinking through the perspective
of the garden variety.
Yeah, exactly. Now, should it be Aleister Black? That'd be great. I mean, that'd be a great match. It would be good, but it has no hype, and we've already been teased. Aleister's coming back. Looks like on
Monday,
Friday SmackDown. The Friday SmackDown after that. Popping popcorn, just popping in, listening. All right, thank you, Tragic Comedy. Appreciate that.
Well, you're being booed right now by Mr. Dietz.
Yeah, Aleister Black doesn't have a big fan. He doesn't have a big fan base. There's a reason he got released by the WWE. His fan base was a box, right? He was boxed in. And when he went to AEW, what happened? That fan base that is AEW based is big enough, for that again, that Mark crowd appreciates him and knows who he is. But I'm telling you right now, the 10-year-old now, who was 5 when he left, or whatever the age would have been, doesn't know who this guy is.
But yes,
Simple.
So you're saying it from the perspective of the people in the arena. The people at home Michael Cole is going to go, oh my God, he's back, and he's going to be young.
I did
I
see
think
his
if
work
they
in
frame it
NXT.
well.
I'm not saying that he's not good or not popular, but the people who saw his work in NXT are the people who saw his work in AEW. It's the same 200 to 300,000 people. And if you take that percentage in that crowd, in that stadium of 50,000 unannounced, if you don't know, it's not like the Hardy Boys coming back. That's what it comes down to.
I don't know about that. If they kill the lights, right? They kill the lights and this guy rises up out of the floor. If they frame it right, they could do it. But he's got a point. Penta had fans coming. He had a fan base coming in.
Yeah, but Penta was built up. Again, they were building Penta up. You've put nothing into Aleister Black. You've never mentioned the name. The only people who know that that is potentially him are the
People
marks.
on the dirt sheets
Yeah,
and all
it's
that.
the net.
I'll say this. That's why I think it's safer to go with Nick Aldis because they may, I don't know, was that Mickey James' line of shoot? All right, then that would mean to me that there's a greater possibility that you have him just come out there, rip off his suit and tie, and go, I'm going to beat your ass.
Possibly, but again,
long term, you don't get much out of it though because he's not going to he's not going to return to it every week.
So, and Orton theoretically should beat his ass in about 3 minutes, if that. That's the other thing.
Yeah, but Orton got taken out easily by Kevin Owens, and I just could not believe that this little tubby guy took out Randy Orton, who's a brick shit house, like it was easy, and got him in a pocket pile driver. It was too easy. The way
it's Kevin Owens. Again, this is one of your top guys. If it would have been like Otis, you would have been like, what the fuck is going on with that dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, so all right, so we're not sure who Randy's wrestling. All right, let's go to your girl Jade going against Naomi.
This is risky,
but boy, they've built it.
Yes, this is risky, but now Jade Cargill cannot make mistakes in the ring. She cannot look like, she has to be flawless.
Nobody comes to see you, Otis.
No, but they'll have him do like a Subway commercial or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the toppings. Yeah. Shut up.
You're right. Cargill is. This is it. This is make or break for her. But Naomi is on fucking fire in terms of the heel turn. And she's going to be able to carry her through the match. She's going to be calling it. I don't think there's going to be a real big fuck up.
How many minutes?
If there is. Minutes?
10, 15?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, 15, but probably 10. I'm going to say there's going to be probably, maybe, depending on how long the ramp is, 3 to 5 minutes per entrance. Let's say that they elongate the entrance.
Unless they do Cargill just, they play her popper music and then she just runs out of the crowd and starts throwing, haymakers. They could do that route and do the pull apart type scenario. But yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
They'll want her in some insane costume where those beautiful girls, the cans, we have to polish the cans up for this one. And to whomever's sitting below me at Allegiant, I'm sorry in advance. It's just going to be insane.
So you're saying that they're going to get a fireworks show?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. A storm has come again and again and again.
Oh boy, boss of Messi.
It's going to be a storm like never seen before.
Jesus, Robert. No, Jesus and Robert don't have anything in the same sentence there.
But yeah, no, I want to
no fireworks, no show. There better be fireworks. Not the kind of fireworks that Rob's talking about.
Tragic and Marcus. These are Vegas premier comedians. And you can check them out. I know Tragic, she comes out to the show at the Bonfire across the street from Quads near UNLV
Right.
and in the Paradise area. Marcus is a comic and a super producer. And go check him out as well. And if you guys have anything you want to promote, just put it in the links. Put it in the comments. We want to, put all of you guys over, as we say in wrestling.
Right. And then Rob will shoot off his fireworks to you in the audience at your next shows.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, the audience, it's going to be a golden explosion. A golden explosion.
Gee, Dad, can I watch?
Yeah. You know what, son? I want you to see how it's done. I want you to see how a man does it, okay? We're going to take Jade Cargill, and she's going to be coming so many times, okay? She's going to be sitting in the golden throne. That's my lap. We call it the golden throne.
Oh, but Dad, I'm a Piper Niven fan.
Scares me. She's a pig. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Disgusting. Okay, it's so bad. She's like the Rosie O'Donnell of wrestling.
Oh,
and I
man.
don't even know what language she's speaking half the time. I don't know what that is. That's not American. Believe me. Believe me.
Let's go on. AJ Styles and Logan Paul setting up to be a match that I got a feeling these two are looking to steal the show, to be honest. It's always high stakes with Logan because people hate him, and then he pulls off some fucking entertaining shit that you go, holy shit. And Marcus going to be in the bathroom.
Logan Paul is an amazing athlete, and for somebody who's only got about 2 seasons with the company, to be just an internet hype guy who works out, fucking A, the guy is impressive all ways around. The mic work, everything. I'm not as unimpressed with Logan Paul as I am with AJ Styles. I feel like it's more Logan Paul trying to put some last-minute steam into AJ Styles' career. And with Karrion Kross getting involved, both of those guys will be forgotten in a year. Karrion Kross and AJ Styles, if they don't find something quick for them.
I doubt it.
And they're good. They're both good, but they're kind of swirling around the bowl right now.
See, here's the problem. Marcus says, for some reason, I can't care any less about this match. I'm saying this as an AJ fan. The problem is that that's the thing. You think you really don't fucking care. And then you're going to be sitting there watching the match and go, holy shit, that was fucking great. Because these are two guys who don't need to have that story to build up the match. They're just going to go out there and fucking have a good match.
And we're going to get a run-in from Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I would assume. All right. Jacob Fatu going for that United States Championship against LA Knight. He's got to win, right? Fatu's...
LA Knight has nothing to gain. Jacob Fatu needs the win. LA Knight carries the belt, and it's whatever. He'll get the same pop with or without a belt. He'll cut the same.
But the question is, does somehow Solo fuck it up for Jacob? So LA Knight retains because Solo fucking accidentally could cost him the match, and then that's the destruction right there.
Here's what I'll say about that. If they go that route, you take the bloodline story into another direction. I will say this because I feel it bears repeating. I want Roman Reigns to take all of the people back. Now, that is also going to tie into Jay's match. If Jay loses, you have an opportunity by which Roman Reigns goes, look what happened. I gave you all a shot. You all fucked up. You need me. And we don't need the wise man anymore. They could do that. And they go, okay, we're going to make a super faction, and I'm going to run this shit. He's got enough of a following now with the fan base here. He doesn't need Paul Heyman. He's showing that he doesn't need him as much. He just pie faced him today.
Yep.
So that could be good if he comes back there and goes, Solo, you are my right hand man on SmackDown. You're my right hand Jacob on Raw or vice versa, and then we split the people, and then I'll go back and forth and cause trouble.
I don't think they're going to do that at all. Because if they do that, you've just reversed everything.
It's possible.
You got to forward it. Marcus says so. Only AEW needs good storylines. We can just bank on them having a good match. Wow. Here's the thing. You're the one who said you don't fucking care about this match. So obviously there's no storyline. So being an AEW fan, you should really want to appreciate this match because it's probably going to be good, even though the story was built up fairly slow or fairly quickly, should I say. And the honest answer is you saw them go out there and cut some good promos on each other. Fucking Paul put together a package that was fucking great about how good he is. So there is build to the match, but you're the one who said that you're going to go take a bathroom break. So I don't know.
Here's the thing. This is right. This is an AEW style where they're going by the tapes. They're going to go and put two athletic guys in a competition together and do a quick build on it, which is the majority of AEW. What happened with Rated FTR? We cut one promo and had one segment where it looked like there was dissension, and then there was a heel turn on Cope. Yeah.
Oh no! According to them this week, the whole time that they were behind him and chasing the championship, that was the whole reason for it. So actually, they threw a back. Like they
tried to retcon it, as we say in sci-fi. Yeah. They'll try to retcon it and insert a one-liner in there to explain everything that you never saw. With the idea that it's going to be Cope and Christian down the road, but this was thrown hastily together. You're going into All In as a side with, I think the Dirt Sheets only has them at 13,000 seats sold and 3 months to go. So we have no card built up. We have no storylines built up except that one guy's got the belt, and the gimmick is you're never going to see it because you're not good enough. That's all AEW has for long-term writing is you're not good enough. The other story is MJF, he wants to get into the Hurt business. He's got the spray tan on. He's acting like a jackass as he usually does. Bobby Lashley sees right through it. Shelton Benjamin follows what Lashley does. This is interesting. Fine. You have two stories and all of AEW that you can hang a hat on. They already said, I don't know why the Young Bucks came out. I didn't ask for them. Great. So the Young Bucks had this big surprise entrance, fuck over Swerve Strickland, and the guy they saved goes, I didn't ask for you. So you just threw ice water on whatever the hell that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which you killed it in its infancy. You killed whatever that was in the womb. I watched that. Wait a minute. They saved your ass. Why would you just shit on that?
Because it makes no sense. And it's only good when WWE doesn't do a story. Got it. GG. No, it's not that it's good or bad when he doesn't do a story. The fact of the matter is that you're the one who presented it, Marcus, that you're going to take a shit during this match. That you don't care, even though you're an AJ fan, and you're not excited about it. But yet, the out of all this card, the most practicality of this having moments that make the match better because of the fact that the story was rushed to get there is probably this one.
And the thing is, they gave it about 3 weeks. Yes, is it a filler match? Absolutely. Who is going to benefit from this? Logan Paul. No matter what you do, Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see him go for an Intercontinental belt. He deserves to have that run. He deserves he's got mic skills that are going to rot on the vine if things like this don't happen. And you need a guy like AJ Styles to put him over. This also gives Karrion Kross something to do. But all right, well, hold on. There's 19 stories. Tony Storm Death Rider's taken over. Death Rider's already taken over. Tony Storm won. Hangman being a madman. Hangman Adam Page has done this story forever. It's the same story he's been doing for over 2 years. Cope and Christian, longtime friends. No, they since the moment when Cope came in, Christian said, "I don't want you stealing the spotlight." FDR claim broke up. Adam Cole and his boys are no longer the Undisputed Kingdom. Now there are I forgot the name they gave themselves. It's a brand new thing. That means that there is a lot of
stories.
Yeah, but they're not great stories because Hangman Adam Page, he's unhinged. So what? How many times am I going to see him fuck around with Swerve Strickland? I'm sick of seeing it.
Not only that, but let's be realistic. Hey, man, it was fucking over when Daniels fucking was shown cutting himself on fucking camera. You know, they got that kind of shit. It's still better than AJ and Logan. Okay, Marcus, you know what? I respect the fact that you're an AEW fan, but you're a fucking mark. So go for it.
I'm not saying that.
I know you're not saying it. This does not reflect Rob's opinions.
No, I this is what I've said. And remember when I was of this mindset, I looked at it and I went, okay, I need AEW to succeed because I don't want the post-attitude era that we got 10 years ago, where it was just John Cena taking, a half an hour on the mat and then shoulder tackling people and getting an attitude adjustment win. And then Brock Lesnar showing up and holding a belt for a year and no one sees him. And when I see Moxley doing this gimmick where no one sees the belt, even though he does show his face, woo, man, that annoys me after a while because what are you doing? If the guy's got nothing to say and he's got nothing to do and none of your talent on there is worth giving a belt to, you gave Lashley and Shelton Benjamin tag team belts like they needed them, where you could have had Lashley come out there and just beat the shit out of Moxley. He has all of the Hurt Syndicate behind him. You could have sold that story. You could have had MJF come out there and just show up as an enforcer type guy, and MJF start from the bottom and give him the Continental belt. You could have done that, but that's not what they're doing. So I'm watching this shit, and I can't get back to this part where I'm like, oh, AEW, man, it's fresh. It's not fresh anymore.
Well, it's because half the guys are all fucking old WWE guys that were
Jericho, for fuck's sake. Jericho's trying to tuck in his gut at this point.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Still don't see why The Miz doesn't have a match with Logan. Japanese Suicide, Forrest Paul has one because he has more fucking followers than probably half the fucking locker room in fucking AEW, if that, or fucking guys in WWE even. The guy is a fucking megastar. And get over it. The guy fucking draws heat because people fucking hate him.
But he performed well in the ring. It's not like Enzo Amore, who was really over, and then you put him in the ring, and it was torture to watch. And it took Enzo Amore like a year and a half to learn how to do basic moves.
And not only that, but, here's the reply. On the other show, you got Boom.
the Costco family.
So yeah, go.
The guy's selling double chocolate chunk cookies with his son, and I could get it once. You do it once, and you go, okay, these are internet sensations. Cool. You do it once. Well, they went to that well multiple times, and I think those guys did. They were at a WWE show anyway. Those two guys, the father and his kid, went to like a WWE house show or something. That's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't like the idea of Logan Paul. Nobody did. And then he parlayed his obnoxious online fandom with actual wrestling ability. And it's like, oh, fuck.
That's it. You just said it. It's not social media dictating. The guy fucking performed. Bad Bunny fucking performed. These guys were successful. That's it. Period. And the guy has committed time to doing the job too. So
yeah, it's not like a Jake Paul thing where he just showed up to do one fight with Tyson. The guy is coming in. And
speaking of guys coming in.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Somebody had to close the store late.
Technical difficulties. So.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize.
Well,
don't apologize. We're just
you
sitting here,
got somebody who's a bigger on into AEW than you or I combined, Steve.
Nice.
So
look at
we're going over the virtues of Logan Paul.
Okay.
Tragic Comedy is very happy you tagged into the ring, Steve.
I do have to say this about Logan Paul, man. You either love him or you hate him. And I think that you just mentioned it, Matt, is that he put in the work. He is somebody that was dedicated to it. He didn't just write off of his clout and things that he did before coming to WWE. He and, like what you mentioned, Bad Bunny too. Bad Bunny, from what I read, he actually got a temporary residence down in Orlando so that he could be at the PC every single day leading up to his debut match. So, I mean, it really comes down to a dedication factor. And I think that it really does speak volumes to the fact that, having some sort of structure is a very good thing because with structure, you build an environment and a culture of cultivating that talent. As we're seeing with NXT now, let's be real. NXT is not, you can call it a developmental brand, but it's realistically a third brand for WWE. And now they've started to bring in, LFG and the Evolve and all that kind of thing. So
TNA.
that's going to be more of their developmental circuit. So I would love for other promotions to take note of that. A little bit of structure is a good thing. Not micromanaging structure, but a little bit definitely goes a long way.
Yeah. The argument was that this idea that this Logan Paul AJ Styles match was thrown together in 3 weeks as if it's a viable match. We're going to use that as a bathroom break match. And no, I mean, for what it was, it's there to put Logan Paul over. He could double down as a heel. He can get more over the fans, show people his in-ring talent, and it gives something for Karrion Kross to do to give him a platform to get back on the screen more and show what he can do with the mic and maybe back in the ring.
But it's also gives AJ someone to elevate.
Fight.
Again,
Absolutely.
Someone else. So, and again, here's the thing. Adam Copeland, what is he doing? Getting together with his best friends so they can go against their friends. There you go. That's AEW.
It's like the Click.
Here,
it's like the Click.
Elevate.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys run the shit over there. So, all right. So, Damian Priest and Drew
executive
McIntyre.
vice president.
It's a Sin City street fight. Sin City, do you approve? I mean, did they go to you and ask approval to use your street fight?
Number one, it's gimmick infringement. So I can't really speak on this too much because, legalities, one of those things. But there you go. Yeah, Tony,
now, the whole point of the street fight was that Steve has to collect from DJ Impact. He's got to get his money, and he can't have people going on these streets messing up his lady.
Exactly.
So if you're on the corner of Valley View and Tropicana, Steve's coming for you.
So speaking of messing up the lady, so is Damian going to mess up Priest, or is Priest going to mess up Drew? I mean, these are two huge men.
It's
going
to be two dudes beating the shit out of each other, and they've both shown that they have the ability to take a beating as well. So I mean, it's this is going to be as close to a New Japan type of a slobber knocker, strong style match as what you're going to get on this show. And it just so happens. What's that?
Are we getting meat chants for every fucking chest slap?
Ironically enough, no, because if you'll look at the times when the meat chants happen, they typically have happened in AEW where there are very few big men. And by big men, I mean in WWE, slightly above average men.
Right.
So, these guys, if you were to transplant either one of them over onto the AEW roster, they would be looked at as these monster guys.
Right.
And the culture within WWE has always been larger than life, as we all know. So I don't know if they're going to get the meat chance, but this one is going to be entertaining. I think it's gonna be a lot better than what a lot of people are assuming, and what looks like a possibly could be throwaway match is not going to be that. So don't use this as your piss break.
Pinfall or not, who wins the match long term?
I think Drew McIntyre wins the match because that's going to set up a challenger for one of the championships down the road. Right now, you have Drew McIntyre as a stronger contender, and this will just solidify him as moving into that main event scene, probably SummerSlam, Survivor Series, whichever direction they want to go.
Well, Tragic Comedy is saying the average NFL player is 6'2", 245 pounds. So I've been looking into the leg extension surgery in China, and the most I could get out of this is maybe to 5'10". They'd have to break my femurs and then, reset the bone. It's all production. And I'd have very fragile bones.
With the tariffs, you're looking at probably only about 2 inches added. So,
you know what? It's 2 hard-fought inches.
But Dad, I want to see Piper Niven.
Excuse me. That's disgusting, okay? You want to see Haggis Niven and her worthless haggis friend wrestle for the honor of some filthy Canadian bitch. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
All right. Speaking of championship matches, Braun Breaker against Penta, against Finn, and against Dom. Penta and Finn had a great match on Raw. Braun ended up spearing both Carlito and Dom at the same time, which was fucking phenomenal. So what do we think?
I think Carlito needs to go to AEW, where he'll be rebranded as Carlotta, and he'll come out in a sunflower dress, and he'll eat a pear because he's not allowed to eat an apple.
There you go.
Who does Braun retain?
Of course.
Really?
I think you could use this to expedite some serious storylines. I don't see Braun taking the fall in this match. Dream scenario, what I could see happening is Braun and Penta both look extremely strong. Maybe you have Braun beat down Finn, and you have him essentially put him away, and then what happens? You have Dom get the quick, easy pin on Finn to win the title and to expedite that split.
I 100% agree. That it better be what happens. Dom better walk out with that belt. Finn is going to look shocked and pissed. Monday night is going to be fucking all hell and fireworks because Dom's going to be walking around like cock of the strut of the fucking Judgment Day. And they might fucking kick him out, kick Finn out. Yeah. And bring in the new guy that Dom has been talking about.
Oh,
I also think at this point, so you made the valid point. This is where I agree with you 100%. You have Braun lose the title without getting pinned. You don't have to then have him back into the picture,
right?
Elevate him.
Yep.
Because, well, we'll get to this in a second, but I think it's time for him to start getting title shots, world title shots. All right. Speaking of world title, Uso versus Gunther.
Uso.
Anyone?
Uso.
Yeah.
Uso is going to get a second wind. A very frail Jimmy's going to come out, and I think there might be some shenanigans, or at least somebody in his corner. That guy's going to get beat. Uso's going to have a Hulk up moment, and he's going to get the win.
Okay.
I completely agree. Jey Uso is going to win that title. And to be honest, what they should do is they should kick off the show with that match.
Right.
Because that way
energy.
You start off the show with a World Heavyweight Championship title change. That's going to set the tone for the rest of the pay-per-view, both days. I think that if they do anything other than that, then they're missing an opportunity. Plus, let's be honest with this too. if Gunther loses the championship, then where does he go? I could see him possibly changing brands and going after that other championship.
Absolutely. But also, you could use that if you do that early on. He could have run-ins with Jay throughout the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great point.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's in their seats and not fashionably late.
Right. Exactly.
As Vegas is known for.
So let's put it this way. If that match doesn't kick off night one, let's almost be prepared for Jay not to win.
Yeah. If it's muddled in the middle of the card.
Oh, yeah.
That
That's
way
kind
it's
of like our
forgotten.
tuck it away. Oh, tuck it away. Or, people are going to be upset about this one.
I think you do see if Jay wins, then that's who Braun goes after. Braun goes heel to go after Jay. So I think that would set that up perfectly. Okay, Io Sky defending against Rhea and Bianca. So this is what Kevin Nash had to say about Io Sky. Kevin Nash says, Io Sky is terrible and has no business being involved in the Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, the women's triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. It's horrible in my estimation. I don't want to see Io. I want to see Rhea and Bianca. That's it. Sky is too diminutive. She doesn't have the fluidity. Her striking, I don't think it's believable. She's okay with her feet, I guess. She does well reversing moves, but it's just all that high spot stuff where they go off the top rope and it looks like Rhea can crush her. So Nash said that on his Click podcast. I don't know.
At a quick glance, he's not wrong. At a quick glance, he's not wrong. It does seem completely matched, and they kept pie facing her over and over again.
Right.
So if she beats them both, where do they go?
And do you have another scenario again? Do you have another scenario where, Rhea knocks Bianca senseless and then Io comes from behind and, so you already have a four-way going on. Do you have that same scenario in three-way? And I think that you have to have a clear pin on this one.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah.
What if you also get a returning Asuka, maybe, or Kairi Sane?
It all depends if they're cleared. And so far, it doesn't seem like either of them are fully cleared yet.
And then you have the Australian one, the last option.
Completely agreed, Andre.
Yeah. Andre says Jade costs Bianca,
which
very well could happen.
When
this is when we find out that, Bianca actually screwed Jade and it was Bianca who did it or was in on it or something like that. So, we'll get more story out of that.
Pay off that storyline.
What goes on. All right. Yeah. So then we got Charlotte versus Tiffany. Okay. We know, Rob, that you think Charlotte is boring and bland. So why does Charlotte win this match?
Because she's got that family legacy and because she's an athlete. She is an athlete. But that promo she cut was dog shit. And it proved what I always said, how fucking unimaginative she is and how fucking boring she is. She is an athlete. She is one of the best women athletes or just best athlete in WWE or wrestling, period. That said, you've got to know how to work a goddamn mic, and she does not know what to do with a fucking mic.
Yeah, except for the week before, she did such a job on Tiffany that caused Tiffany to step up the next week and do what she did in the ring. So
but now are we talking about are we talking about a work or a shoot? Because when she tried to shoot, it was a fucking burning plane just crashing.
It doesn't matter. There was no shoot. If she didn't the week before, fucking toast Tiffany and make Tiffany look like a deer in headlights. That's it. It's just as simple as that. For someone who doesn't work a mic, she fucking made her look like dog shit. And then Tiffany had to fucking get her balls together and fucking go after her. And she did. And now everyone's talking about, this buildup as being something good because the two of them just fucking threw off the gloves and said, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one thing that has to be said, and Rob, you kind of went down this path a little bit. Charlotte Flair is an amazing in-ring athlete, probably one of the best female wrestlers of all time. Let's be real, okay? However, there is one fatal flaw to Charlotte Flair, and that is she cares too much about what the crowd, how the crowd reacts to her.
Sure.
There was a SmackDown here in Vegas several years back where she got flustered in the ring because the crowd did not give her the reception that they were scripted to give her. And so she was fumbling over words. It came across as very dodgy. And again, you saw it with her basically abdicating and saying, you know what, you guys can have the last word. That is something that I got a problem with that. And I know it's really easy for us to sit here and to nitpick everything and to talk shit. But I mean, realistically, if there's one flaw to her game, it's the mic work.
Here's my thing.
I'm not saying Tiffany's great by any stretch of the imagination. But
if I do, and I'm being serious, if I do a joke, especially if I come out as Trump and the crowd does not like it, okay? I've done a joke where I'll make fun of Trump, talking about banging Ivanka because he's always talking, she's beautiful, this, that, and the other. And if I do that joke and I'll say, oh, my daughter says I'm tired of all the winning, and I'll make a sex pun about it, I lose the crowd because in this day and age, people don't want to hear that shit. I have to get them back quickly. So I will switch into another character. I'll switch into another divisive topic. That's quick thinking. You have a split second in entertainment to read the room and go pivot. She can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't care if she has one good night over 13 years of bland.
But it also doesn't matter right now because the talking ends as soon as the music hits and they go down the ramp. So now she does her real talking, right?
Sure.
So now the thing is that you built interest into this match, which quite frankly was a match that everyone was like, oh, Charlotte won, blah, blah, blah. Now it's personal. Now they're going to probably beat the fuck out of each other. And
if you do it as a rubber match, fine. If you put the belt on her with the idea to put Tiffany Stratton to the bottom of the list again, bad. Because Tiffany Stratton's interesting. Charlotte is not. She's not. She's never going to be until she proves that she can be. That's it. I don't give a fuck how good you're on the ring. Why did Paul Heyman need to go rescue Roman Reigns?
There you go. And what are you doing? You're talking about Roman Reigns right now because it's a triple threat match between Roman and Seth. And
the best segues in the game.
Punk. All right. So, again, that speculation that Seth Rollins leaves with Punk or leaves with Heyman is fucking awesome. Wouldn't that just be just a dropper? Like, oh shit. Like, today we saw on Raw that Seth was trying to convince Roman that Heyman was full of shit and he betrayed him, etc., etc. Roman then fucking laid Seth out. And then Paul was just full of just happiness and blissfulness. And then he got pie-faced by Roman. Punk came out. And Punk, started going fist on fist. And when Punk went over to look at Heyman and make sure he's okay, turns around and gets his ass speared. There's a lot here. It's a lot of buildup. And
now, who was this over? Who was it that they were fighting over?
Heyman.
You mean Paulina? Because I've never seen three guys fight over the heart. Roman Reigns looks like one of those abusive husbands where the wife's like, guy friend from 20 years ago shows up and now he's getting handsy. This is great. For all the wrong reasons.
But Dad, I want to see Piper Niven.
Yeah, excuse me. If you want to go to shitty Scotland, okay? I don't even like Scotland. I like Trump land, okay? I don't know who Scott is. I don't know why they gave him a land. It was a really bad deal, okay? You can go back and watch her fat ass fail over there. Okay? Yeah, someone should drop her. Believe it.
It's going to be an interesting match. I think there's going to be a great intensity. these guys are going to have to try to pull off that main event and prove why that was the main event. The question is, if Punk doesn't win, are the fans gonna fucking leave that auditorium or that arena fucking pissed?
I don't think they will, because I don't see him taking the fall. I see Rollins pinning Roman.
Yeah.
After Heyman sides with Rollins, and that spirals that off.
Okay.
I could easily see that being the way that they pivot out of this. Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's one other thing they could do, and I don't know if he's cleared.
I'm tired and I work with fucking children.
What if during the course of the match, Brock Lesnar's music hits?
So, you know what? I mean, that would be a great surprise.
I think Brock is somewhere else on the show.
Because that's it. That answers all that. He comes out.
You think Brock is in the main event there?
I think he makes an appearance somewhere else on the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We'll keep that.
It's all up to legal at this point.
Yeah.
So if the legal team says that he's good to go, then I think we'll see Brock Lesnar with a run-in, or with something on the show.
Yeah.
Mr. RKO.
Oh, I gotcha. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. So finally, Cena Rhodes. I mean, if Cena doesn't walk out with that title and make that the whole arc of the next 6 months of his retirement tour, I mean, it would make no sense.
It's a missed opportunity. Yeah. If they don't do that, then they missed the boat for sure. Cena ends Mania 41 as the champion.
And Cody needs to chase.
And yes. Cody chases till SummerSlam.
Right. When he resurrects Dusty from the dead with Papa Shango's help.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They use voodoo to bring him back for WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I want to see gold dust raining from the ceiling. SummerSlam.
Well, apparently, if you're 5 rows in front of or behind Rob, you're going to see gold dust raining during the Jade match. So,
oh my God, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be. I don't even want to do a Trump voice. It's just going to be beautiful, Some of you better bring a ShamWow, because you're going to be wringing that towel out a lot. Jade Cargill. Jade, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Your husband is not as funny as I am, and cannot work on a dime and pivot on a mic like I can, unlike your coworker, Charlotte, who has no flair on a mic. I am the complete package. And with your training, I could even fill in some of the muscles. And once the tariffs are lifted, I can get the leg extension surgery that I need so we can be eye to eye. But that does not mean that I won't perform at 100% capacity. I'm saying this is Rob, not as Trump. We'll treat this like it's your AEW run. We'll go 60-0. Believe it. Believe it.
Oh, all right. Rob, you're such a bad comedian. You missed 69-0.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Well,
you're 9 short, buddy.
Well, I am 9 inches short. That's why I need the leg extension surgery. I mean, come on. I set that up.
All right. So WrestleMania 41. I mean, you've got this week. We just had Raw on Netflix. So we got NXT tomorrow. Then WrestleMania's got its kickoff on YouTube on what is that? April 18th, it looks like. SmackDown, of course, then on the 18th. Hall of Fame on the 18th. Stand and Deliver on the 19th in the morning. Then you have Countdown to WrestleMania, which is supposed to be a 3-hour show, I think. WrestleMania then is 4-hour show. Apparently, the Slammy Awards will be on YouTube at some point. Countdown to WrestleMania the next day. Then WrestleMania Sunday. Raw after Mania. NXT on that Tuesday. And then finally, the SmackDown after Mania. Quite a bit of schedule. Not to mention the Dead Man one-man show. You've got the Roast of WrestleMania. You've got 3 or 4 after parties going on with it's fucking intense.
Ric Flair.
And those are just the WWE shows.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh
You're
my
right.
God.
And we'll get to the other stuff in just a second. So
TNA.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. We'll get to the other stuff in a second here. A couple other things. April 11th marked the debut of the documentary on WrestleMania 9. And the most fascinating thing that we found out during this documentary is that Nick fucking Khan worked security at Caesar's Palace.
Wow.
During that fucking show. And it was great because there was a thread on Facebook. Now, in the documentary, you literally have the guy who put this shit together, was filming the shit back then and stuff, sitting there and going, so here's something. Look, it's Nick Khan working security. Like literally showing it's fucking Nick Khan, verifying it. It's Nick Khan. And you have these idiots on the fucking internet going, hey, fucking Nick Khan. These people
what they don't show you is some
actually.
added footage. Is him on a landline going, hi, Mr. Shad? Hi. I think we could be related. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. I'm your cousin. No?
Well,
fuck you. I'm going to make my own money.
You know, Nick is a big presence because he's a Vegas guy, obviously, and this is one of the reasons that they're doing it here, and he really wanted it to happen here, so he made it happen. Now, speaking of that other guy, The Rock dropped a photo in an NJPW t-shirt, prompting speculation that WWE is now moving into Tony Khan's backyard. As we all know, WWE is not bothered by AEW. They keep seeing it. All right. So first off, has nothing to do with AEW. If you get a fucking business deal, you get a fucking business deal. I don't care who it is.
Doing nobody any favors.
Yeah, well, Tony Khan would fucking, if Tony Khan could right now fucking put the money out and get fucking Logan Paul to come on his show, if he wasn't contracted by WWE, Tony Khan would do it. Would
Well,
it
this
mean
was like when
that
everyone was bitching, when Vince McMahon used to bitch about, they were getting all of the guys, and Ted Turner was taking all of his, WWE guys. They go, that's not fair. You can't take people from other promotions. And then they were like, Vince, that's how you made your entire company.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not even taking people from promotions nowadays, right?
Cross-promoting.
It's working with
Right.
the promotions. That's all this is. And the TNA thing shows that when you fucking do it right, both companies fucking prosper from it.
Symbiotic.
Exactly. And Tony fucking blew that one. And if New Japan gets a chance to work with WWE in some form, it just elevates that fucking company to another level. That's all. And you should want, that to happen. Tragic comedy. Partnerships over profit. Makes sense. Makes dollars.
Yeah.
She read The Art of the Deal.
Realistically, I think that there are a couple things that I took away from this. One, it's well documented that Rock is a fan of professional wrestling, regardless of the company. There were video clips of him from several years back where he was doing a live stream and he was asked if he watched AEW. He point blank said, yes, I watch AEW. And it's one of those things where, you have to wonder, obviously he's there with a Rubik's Cube. So of course there's some symbolism there, but I just wonder if this is leading to something for possibly, of course there's going to be some sort of a working relationship of some kind. The very first thing that came to my mind, to be completely honest, was, okay, Hiroshi Tanahashi is wrapping up his career completely. Who
Right.
better to have his final match with than a current WWE contracted talent in Shinsuke Nakamura? They've shown that they
Right.
would allow him to work Pro Wrestling Noah when he worked their show this past January. But yeah, I could genuinely see them having Tanahashi versus Nakamura, maybe at Wrestle Kingdom, where Tanahashi wraps up his career. Another thing, let's be real too. Wrestle Dynasty is a New Japan card that is designed to be like a Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
AEW's involvement with the Wrestle Dynasty show was strictly as a partnership.
Right.
It would not surprise me if WWE gets their way into there as well, and we could possibly see an AEW talent versus a WWE talent versus a New Japan talent on a New Japan program.
That would be incredible.
It wouldn't happen. And
it would be incredible, it wouldn't, but
and the reason it won't happen is because of what we just dealt with at the Bay show. So basically, there's no way that either company is going to allow the two guys, even if the middleman is New Japan. New Japan has to work with, and basically the problem is this. Each company is going to complain that the guy didn't look strong. We know the New Japan guy has to go over.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that probably won't happen. But the chance you could see an AEW person wrestle in a match on the same card WWE guy wrestles. Now that
very well could happen.
Now here's my question though, and I didn't know this. What was the inference or the symbolism of the Rubik's Cube for those of us who didn't know?
Solving a puzzle that a lot of people at first glance would deem to be very challenging.
Right.
But if you break it down and you commit to it and you find a way to make it work, it is something that can be done if you try.
Yeah. Or it was
the Rubik's neutral ground.
No, the Rubik's Cube was made in Japan, and The Rock didn't have a Nintendo nearby, so he just went with the Rubik's Cube.
I do have to say, I did pop when I saw that video, because seeing a New Japan lion mark on The Rock was completely unexpected. I didn't have that on my bingo card, and it was really cool to see. I've said numerous times on this show, I wish that pro wrestling companies would work together, and that is one reason why I looked so forward to AEW when it was born, right? Because that was what they had mentioned that they were going to do. And at that time, conversely, WWE was very much on their own island because of their own decisions. Like, they did not want to, play with the other kids.
Let's not say they. Let's say Mr. Grabs some ass.
Yeah. So, but realistically speaking, when that one person makes all of the decisions for a company.
Excuse me, wait a minute. Are the women over at AEW, do they know how to take the Soma and when to take it?
But Dad, Piper Niven isn't in AEW. She's in WWE.
Disgusting.
All right,
she was part of a contract. We had to take her.
Speaking of, let's go to Dave Meltzer and his take. Now, people are talking about Jericho just going back to WWE after Chris Jericho recently said he's opening to returning to WWE. Dave Meltzer says he believes Jericho should leave AEW when his contract is up. I will say this much for Jericho: unless the money is greatly different and unless there is a loyalty because he was on the ground floor of this, if I was asked, all things being equal, I'd suggest him leaving. The reality is he's swimming upstream in AEW with a fan base that he can work heel with and he can help guys, but like with the Hardys, he can return to WWE and get at least a short-term gigantic reaction, because there is nothing WWE fans like more than seeing a guy do fat from AEW. Unless
That last sentence is pretty much accurate, though.
Well, wait, hold on. Put the fucking shoe on the other foot, because for 5 years,
completely,
what was AEW fans doing?
Completely,
right?
both fan bases of both companies love when guys from the other company defect and jump and change sides.
The only one that mattered was Cody Rhodes. The other people that I cared that Andrade came back to WWE, no, I didn't care. I was completely nonplussed. I did not care. Cody was different because he was the backbone of that company.
Yeah, but most fans also, Punk, you know, that's a huge name. So those two, of course, you know, everyone else, you know, you're seeing what can be done if you're utilized in a different light. But you saw the same thing with AEW, right? You saw those guys be used in a, you know, Brody Lee was a fucking
Jericho goes back to WWE. They give him one run, and on the first match, fans are going to be cheering, "You still got it," because they'll be like, "Oh,
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Here's the problem with Jericho: he's oversaturated himself so much, he's poisoned himself.
Sure,
he needs to go. Yeah, he has go away heat right now, and that's why he's going away on tour with Fozzy, who will be in Vegas with special guest Lilac at Counts Vamped on April 24th.
That's an old picture. You got to get rid of one of his front teeth. A little off to the right, not the two front, but a little off to the right.
So, you know. So Rob, once again, you don't know who my friends are, and I can't wait to get this back to Chris, and it's gonna be fun to watch him and just. When we get Rob and Chris in the same room and he just starts chopping them. It's going to be great.
Sign me up for that shit.
Oh, God.
You know what's going to happen?
This is a hate crime.
You know what's going to happen, Rob? You are going to suffer a concussion and puke in the ring. Although, according to Dave Meltzer, Hook did not suffer a concussion in his match on Wednesday night in the Dynamite post-match. He just spewed twice in the ring. Well, just because. That doesn't happen, guys. Meltzer is a fucking idiot, and that's this week's Meltzer's a fucking idiot story. But here's an even better story. Pac re-entered the ring. Swerve immediately hit the Swerve Stomp to pick up the win in a rather abrupt ending to the match because Pac apparently hurt himself again. What the fuck? Is he one of the most cursed wrestlers?
I think so. I do have to say this, though. Like, if you go back and you watch the clip of that buckle bomb, Swerve did not throw him far enough, or the positioning was off. So don't talk about Pac like that. But yeah, in all seriousness, like you could tell that there was something off with that buckle bomb. And let's say this too. How many people have gotten hurt from a buckle bomb in one way or another?
Sure.
Seriously,
but unfortunately, Pac's whole history, going back to the WWE, since he's been in major companies, he's just been consistently hurt.
6 months on, 6 months off, 6 months on, 6 months off. And every time they try to reintroduce him to the audience as some unbeatable athletic monster. He's got the same body as Tony Nese, who never gets any opportunities, but Tony Nese isn't injured every 6 months.
Right. Okay. So really quick, we have Unbreakable coming up for TNA on the 17th. And just so everyone knows, Unbreakable will actually start around 5 o'clock our time with a pre-show. On the countdown to Unbreakable, you're going to get a concert with Elijah, apparently. You're going to get a match between Zaya Brookside and Jasmine Nix from NXT with Fallon Henley in her corner. Hello. We're also going to see Heather by Elegance and Maggie Lee go against Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley from NXT. We have Leon Slater against Brian Myers. Brian Myers, happy birthday. I believe he just turned 40. Leon Slater is fucking incredible, by the
And
way.
happy birthday to Lita.
Okay, Leon Slater, not Lita. Even though he is as sexy as Lita, I'm just saying. You're gonna get Jakara Jackson from NXT going against Danny Luna, and that's the pre-show. And then Unbreakable will start, I believe, 2 hours later for us here. So it's going to be a long show, guys, that we're going to be at. Unbreakable, you have Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard against Joe Hendry and Masha Slamovich. Eddie Edwards, Ace Austin, and Steve Macklin in a 3-way match. Zach Wentz and JDC and Eric Young in a 3-way match. I believe that the winners of those 2 matches go on to face AJ Francis for the new TNA International Championship. You also have a tag team match, 3-way with Mike Santana and the Hardys against Mustafa Ali and the Namath brothers. You have a grudge match here, a barbed wire massacre against Sami Callihan against Mance Warner. And for those of you who enjoy baseball, Tuesday night, April 15th, which is tomorrow, Joe Hendry will be throwing out the first pitch at the Aviators baseball game. So that's what's going on with TNA. You also are going to have on Thursday morning Chris Bay and the Hardy Boys at breakfast, which is going to be phenomenal.
Breakfast with Bay.
Yep, breakfast with Bay. So it's going to be good times. We'll be at the TNA show. So if you see us, say hi. And if you see Rob, watch out. He might be sparking his fireworks off at any point. And
absolutely. Jay
that's
Cargill's in the city. As soon as the plane touches down, I'm going to feel it. It's going to be like the Force. I'm going to be like, I feel a sensation.
Get a tingle.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to gold dust. I'm going to be, it's going to be a sensation like never before.
Okay, so dirtsheets.net put out this little thing that I found interesting. And Steve, this is, something that, I know that you would be into as well. Major independent shows struggling to sell any tickets in Vegas. Has WWE's pricing killed any hope these smaller promotions have? Progress has only 410 out of over 2,000 tickets sold. Defy just sold over 300 out of 2,000. GCW Bloodsport is under 1,000 with 2,000 available. WrestleMania Sunday night broke the 50,000 mark. They haven't opened any more sections. WrestleMania Roast tickets are going for $500. There's so many promotions going to Vegas for shows. If the major names in indie scene can't sell, what hope have the small shows got? All right, Steve, your take first, then I'll give you my take.
So I think that it's very important that we mention a couple of things. One, the Progress show is a midnight show. Okay. So keep that in mind. The show starts at 11:59 p.m. Take that as you will. The Defy show starts at 11 a.m. Okay. So those are 2 very, I don't want to say isolated incidents.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be the finest wrestling 11 a.m. Wednesday morning. Whatever. Just call out of work, call in sick for this.
It's going to be a crazy week of shows. I can definitely tell you that for sure. The hashtag timing matters. It definitely does.
So here's my take, and this is, it's pretty obvious. First off, I just realized that Shimmer is running a show at the Silverton.
Yeah,
there has been no promotion
Stardom.
at Silverton, or what is it? I'm sorry, Stardom.
New Japan's women's program.
Yeah, whatever. Some chicks wrestling on Vegas territory. But there's no fucking promotion at all from Silverton.
Right.
Yeah, it's called Scissor Me Timbers.
No, it's not the restaurant, Rob. It's not the restaurant there.
Yeah.
Oh God, you think with your fireworks, man. It's ridiculous.
Also, I do have to point out too that GCW Bloodsport show
Right.
that is going head to head with TNA.
Right.
So
I thought it was going to be a blood sport when you have all the TNA at Shimmer.
Basically. But yeah, like I will definitely be checking out the Bloodsport show on Triller because there are some good fucking names on that show, and WWE contracted talent on that show.
Right.
I mean, you've got Karrion Kross, Natty Neidhart, you've got some legit names on that show.
Yeah, Dempsey's on there. Then they got I think Shafir's on it, you know.
Yep.
So but here's the big thing, and this was the whole thing that for me. Why the fuck are you selling 2,000, 3,000 tickets? That's what got me. Set up for 1,000 or less, you're good. But that's the problem. It's not that the indie stars aren't selling. It's that, and it's not that the pricing is over for all the other.
They overestimated their reach. They thought that there's going to be that much, you know, residuals coming off of WrestleMania week that we can get so many people.
Well, and you're also estimating that you're going to have these big. Were they selling 3,000 tickets in LA 2 years ago? Were they selling 3,000 tickets in fucking Philly last year?
I don't know. I didn't go to either of those cities. Normally when I go to Mania, I try to hit as many indie shows as I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was not at either of those two Manias. The one thing that I'll say though is it definitely plays a role that, you know, just to get in the fucking door at WrestleMania is about $1,000 a night.
Well, but here on the counterpart, the problem to me is that for all those independent shows, charge independent fucking prices.
Yes. There's one specific promotion, and I don't want to bury them, but they're doing a show. It wasn't one of the ones that you listed,
right?
But when I bought my round of tickets, I was heavily surprised that GA tickets were the level of pricing that they were.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. And are you going to get that level of competition that will match how much they're charging?
Correct.
And the other thing too, I'll give $1,000 a night. Grab my pearls.
Hey man, $1,000 a night in Vegas.
Don't worry, hold on.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy, someone just grabbed his pearls. He's making America grab again.
Yep.
Grabbing like never before seen. Okay, so much grabbing.
Did you say Nevin, Dad?
Not Piper, not her Nivens, not her dewdrops. Okay.
Because I saw would grab her.
Get out of here. Hervis is a horse disease. Okay, that's what Hervis is. It's mare disease. Okay, that's what that is. It's old mare disease.
All right.
Hoof and mouth syndrome.
Stand by, President. You'll be next. But for now, Steve. All right. Instead of an AEW over-under this week, Steve, give us what you are looking forward to for WrestleMania weekend and all the different shows you're going to. What are you most excited about?
Well, I'll just give you a full rundown. All right. It all starts Wednesday at noon. I'm hitting up Knox Pro. So we're going to hit that at noon. And then GCW presents the WWE ID tournament at the Palms. So I'm hitting that up. Then that's going to be followed by the Dragon Gate Rebirth show. So hitting up a Dragon Gate card. If you're unfamiliar with them, Dragon Gate puts on some of the best work of any promotion that definitely flies under the radar. On Thursday, and that's all on Wednesday. Thursday, I've got an indie show at noon, Pandemonium Pro. So that is at the Fremont Country Club, one of those venues up there. And so hitting up that should be a very solid show. They do have talent from many promotions on there, a lot of recognizable names. And then we've got as I'm just now learning, the probably 6-hour TNA show that night. So we'll be hitting up TNA. And then Friday, we've got Game Changer Wrestling at 7 p.m. We've got the Joey Janela Spring Break. So going to be hitting that up. Also going to be going to WrestleCon, going to the WWE World. It is going to be a jam-packed weekend of shows. And it all starts, obviously, it goes without saying, I'm going to hit up WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. I'm foregoing SmackDown just for reasons. I will be hitting up the post-Mania Raw because, let's be real, we're probably going to have, I don't know, it's probably going to be Rusev Day and or, the path of the left hand as we get Aleister Black returning, one of those two, or both.
Did you know that I hear from a very reliable source that apparently Tony Khan doesn't realize that Moxley's contract is up on April 20th. So apparently Dean Ambrose is going to come on the 21st and help out Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to come together against Brock Lesnar and CM Punk and the Big Show, who's returning on the 21st as Paul Heyman's new stable to go against the Shield. They're going to work that up for SummerSlam. So, and good.
Why did you even put that out into the fucking ether?
And the good thing is that Moxley cannot throw the AEW title into the trash can because it doesn't fucking exist.
It's in a fucking briefcase.
In Maria Shafir's crotch, apparently.
Basically.
Up in the depths there. Okay. Speaking of the depths of the crotch. All right, Mr. President, your presidential pontification.
First of all, we've had so much discussion tonight about that filthy pig, Piper Niven. It's so unfortunate. It's terrible. It's terrible what they're doing. They're putting Piper and her Nivens and Canadians. Okay, they gave the coveted United States belt to a filthy Canadian. Okay. It's so painful. It's made my skin run white. Okay, that's how painful it is to watch. It's terrible. It's so awful. We're gonna go from this side. That's my better profile. And it's hold on. Never mind. Lost a pad. It's okay. We're talking about WrestleMania, and WrestleMania, it's going to be bigger than WrestleMania 41 and a half. WrestleMania 40 and a half, which was me and Melania tag teaming against Ivanka and Jared, and they were pile drivers like never seen before. Okay, so much blonde hair, so much pile driving. Okay, and buckle bombs. My buckle exploded. It was a bomb. How quickly my buckle came off. So good. It was and the holds. Okay, we got Ivanka in the Lion Tamer. Okay. We got her in the Lion Tamer, okay? We showed her what a 3% was all about, okay? It's true. Believe me, it's true. It was a stupendous match, a tremendous match. The production values were incredible. And Jared even put Melania into an American Destroyer, okay? It's called an American Destroyer. Look it up, okay? Okay? And she was on the rag, so it was a code red. Believe me. It was a code red. A lot of wiping too. But we're going to see matches like never seen before. We're going to see Little Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He's a real piece. He's a real punk versus Seth Rollins. And I think Rollins is going to get our favorite New Yorker Jew, who thank God this match was on a Sunday because it's not Shabbos, so he could stay out late Oh no, it is. It's on Saturday. You know what? I don't even know how they booked him. Okay, not kosher. It's not a kosher match. Okay, not a kosher match. I don't know how he got him. They tell me that they're serving Paul Heyman bacon sandwiches in the craft room. So sad. He's working on a Saturday. You know, very disrespectful. Samba Shabbos, Paul. Samba Shabbos. Okay, somebody's going to be missing a temple, but they say he's going to hear it. He betrayed his religion, so he might as well betray Roman Reigns. And then we've got the New Day. And as part of a WWE DEI initiative that was put into place before I got into office, they're probably going to win the tag titles. This would never have happened if I were president. They would never have let it happen. They were serving food from their crotch, okay? Big E Langford, Big E, was serving food from his crotch. It was a C rating with the health board, and we were going to work with them. We said, you know what? You've got the Food and Drug Administration on your back, and we're going to let them serve their pancakes. But now they're forcing this DEI. It's DEI. Okay, it's DEI initiatives. They should not even be in the match. So sad, so very sad what they allow because of The Rock, and he's also a DEI hire. Okay, he's a DEI hire, and now he's putting over the Japanese, which cut some very terrible trade deals. And look what happened with Shinzo Abe. I said, get him out of here. And they listened. They got him out of here. So this is what's happening because of the new WWE plan. We're going to get Linda McMahon to look into this. Linda McMahon's looking into this, and she's going to get New Day out of there. They're not going to win we can't have them win the tag belts, okay? We can't have them win the tag belts. It's not February, people, okay? It's not February. Not going to happen. We're not going to let it happen. And Charlotte Flair is going to win bigly. She's big and blonde, and she's available. They tell me she's available, and she dumped her Mexican deadweight. She dropped him off in Tijuana. She got rid of him. Okay, she got rid of Andrades, and no more Andrades. That's why, if you saw that tag match, Crockett Promotions, where basically it was Ric Flair carrying Andrade for an hour and a half, one of the longest matches in Flair's career. He carries Andrade the whole way through and wins with the figure 17 leg lock, okay? Because really that win was a world title win match caliber, and Cena already lost, okay? It's going to be a lot. Who wants to see Cena on the mat for a half an hour and then do some tackle? Who gives a shit? He's garbage. He needs an attitude adjustment, okay? Okay, I'm going to put him in the lion tamer because no one has ever won more belts. I've won more, please believe it. Ask around. So many people have said, I'm not saying this, people have said, Donald, has anyone ever won more belts than you? I said, no. That's why I'm a Hall of Famer. Okay. WWE Hall of Famer at WrestleMania 3. Look at it. Okay. I was the one who took Andre the Giant and flipped him over. Look it up. Okay. They fixed it in promotion in post. They gave the match to Hogan in post. Okay. It wasn't a live match. It was a rigged match. It was a stolen match. I won number 3. Okay. I won number 3. Okay, I beat Andre the Giant. And in fact, it was quite honestly one of the greatest victories that anyone's ever seen before. Okay, and they taped it. They taped it in Atlantic City at Trump Taj Mahal. It was the first match seen at Trump Taj Mahal, and the production values were amazing. It was a tremendous. And again, and you get rid of me for a DEI hire who I got rid of. Okay, he's working the Orleans right now, trying to sell his pussy off to pay for WrestleMania 41. Okay, it's sad. It's so freaking tragic what they allowed happen. Thank you, Kamala. That's what DEI got you. Kamala Harris is now the reason why Daryl has to sell his ass on the street corner.
They held back on a lot of what they could do.
Yeah, Mr. President, thank you very much. As Lyndon McMahon would say, that whole speech was definitely A1. All right, time for us to take a social media dump here. All right, so Gunther revealed to Ariel Helwani that he signed a new deal at the end of last year, and he got a tour bus. I signed a new contract, and Tour Bus was part of it. I asked for that. What you don't ask for, you don't get. Speaking of Gunther, who wore it better?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And here's the new promo picture for Gunther. Oh, man. Ludwig Kaiser, the first man of all time to be accused of cheating, and not a single soul believed he did.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And him having a little fun when Tiffany posted this sexy picture of her in the gym. Kaiser posted, check your DMs. Speaking of Tiffany Stratton, it's 2025 and we're getting Sabrina Carpenter versus Cher at WrestleMania.
Oh.
And speaking
Holy
of
shit.
Cher, so Jeremy posted this picture replying to Miss Charlotte Flair, where you get a title shot, get injured, get divorced, get a face surgery, get a title shot, get injured, get divorced. And Charlotte actually responded, cute. Now, would you like me to tell you what I think of you and your face? Oh, man.
Who wrote that for her?
Speaking of faces, look at how cute Soroka looks with the what is it? Zamita, what is it? Who's her partner here?
It looks like White Zendaya.
Oh man, it starts with an A, doesn't it?
And a big shout out to Hector over in Ely. Yeah, you tell Diaz you want the president back, and we will take the drive up to Ely, and you get to have Rob and all of my characters that come with me.
Hey, so Roka got new glasses, everyone. Just in case you didn't know. Just saying. Have you guys seen Bat Brother?
Jesus.
You know, speaking of
Fuck.
yeah. He has made his way into Metallica recently.
Finally.
Oh my God.
30 years later.
Remember when you were a kid and you had that action figure of Coke Hogan?
Okay.
Coke Hogan.
You know, Andre and Hogan, of course, that was a great little picture here of Andre and Hogan leading up to WrestleMania 3. And speaking of Andre, there's beauty of Andre farting in an elevator.
They hear melting on the Ultimate Warrior.
That's fucking awesome.
Speaking of Andre and Big Van Vader, man, just hanging out. Just a really cool photo. Two legends gone. Speaking of legendary, look at Rhea Ripley.
Oh my God.
Shit. Oh, it's amazing.
Buddy Matthews is a lucky man.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
is.
God.
Look at got a little ass grabbing going on recently. Speaking of ass grabbing and Rhea Ripley, look at Stephanie McMahon as Rhea Ripley for Stephanie's talk show. Rhea gave her a Stephanie McMahon vest and had her dress up like her and come out and do the entrance. But some people in the WWE, mainly Zoe Stark, kind of taking offense to what some of the women are wearing. Hard work used to matter. Now it's just who can turn the ring into their own personal strip club, is what Zoe said about Liv Morgan. How about
hold on. Hold on. Zoe Stark comes into the ring and her gear is a sports bra. The hell is she talking about?
Dude, I would love to see Zoe kind of lead a newer version of the Right to Censor. That would be actually a great fucking gimmick to bring back and give a refresh to. Why not? Realistically, why not? She would be instantly over as a heel. Absolutely.
I could see it. She comes out in a big over the top wool skirt and the whole.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Well,
Seriously, they need to follow up on that shit. Actually bring back a new version of the Right to Censor with Zoe Stark.
She's one of the wrestlers I think is really good in the ring, but they don't know what to do with her.
Exactly. Well, there you go. You give her that type of a gimmick, and now obviously she's got the personality. She can make it work, and you give her, a few other people, and play up on that shit.
Well,
it's a great call.
We'll put some words out there to some certain people who might have an ear, but she called her a stripper. Aw, look at how adorable she is. She's no stripper. Liv is amazing. Come on. I mean, look at how cute she is with Dom here. Come
She's
on.
from the Jersey Shore. She's stripped.
She's amazing. Stop it. And speaking of Dom, it was Dom's effing birthday. And Karrion Kross said happy birthday by taking a picture of Dom knocked out. And I don't know whose hand or what's going on.
That looks like A-Town Down is trying to go down under on Austin is playing with Dom's theories.
Oh,
Speaking of playing, look at the Ultimate Warrior playing Nintendo back in the day. Like, could you imagine if they had like the link up where you could play online and you fucking end up playing that guy?
Bro, load the ship with the rocket fuel.
Seriously. Hey, speaking of, look at Motorhead and our good friend Mickey D with Triple H from 2001 when they were hanging out doing the track for Hunter. These Hall of Famers popping up. Look at Batista's transformation. Holy shit. Looks like he spent time in a Venezuelan jail. It's crazy.
Oh, God.
Hey, this one's for you, Rob.
Oh, God. No. Hold on.
Now, Rob?
Hold on.
Yep. Get the tissues ready.
Now,
Jesus. God. God. Hold on. These tissues aren't enough. Thank God I brought a wig. It's super absorbent.
Is that a merkin?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, well, Jesus.
Just to get you a little more moist there, Rob. This is all especially for you because this combines two things you love into one. Here we go.
Kevin
Owens.
And we're no. No.
Sami Zayn.
Damn you. You're ruining the boner.
Liv Morgan, look at her. She's not a stripper. Look at Alexa.
I saw this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's a whore.
Look at that.
No.
Look at Rhea.
What is that? What is that?
Come on now. Oh, there you go.
Of course.
Look at
Funk. Yeah.
Of course.
Now, this one I've always kind of thought is true.
Yep.
Roman Reigns does look like a fucking Klingon.
Yep. I'll give you that one. Yep.
The captain of our ship, of course.
Well, they made him a commander in this.
Yeah.
They demoted him.
That's awesome.
And of course,
second spot.
Live long and prosper.
They could have made him Data.
Bakeo.
Come on. RKO out of nowhere. Look at this fan art on the Fiend there. And speaking of the Fiend, did you guys hear Bray Wyatt? Actually, the Fiend character just got a new children's show.
All right.
Fiend Bluey Wyatt. Speaking of shows, Peacemaker Season 2 officially premieres August 21st on Max. Thank God.
I wanted him to be Captain America.
Which is exactly why he needs that championship, so that he can do press tours carrying the championship belt.
Right. Exactly. And speaking of, he's looking good. Did you see the promo picture recently for WrestleMania?
What was it? Was he supposed to be Peter Griffin?
No, he's mixed with
that's
Danny DeVito.
It's Danny DeVito.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I would never have got that.
Wait, Rob, did you just who did you just call? Did you just say Jesus Christ? He was at Raw on the Netflix premiere. Go figure. Look at that. Go ask for him and he shall appear. All right, there you have it. Rob, what are you doing? Are you appearing anywhere this week? Or did you get invited to the roast of WrestleMania, by the way?
You know what? True story. One of the guys in Tony Hinchcliffe's crew, I got to meet him in the green room at LA Comedy Club, and I actually got to do my set in front of him, and he liked it. I think I gotta remember the name, but bloody hell, I can't even remember the guy's name. One of the guys in Hinchcliffe's crew. No, I won't be at that one. I have polite things to say about Puerto Ricans, so no, I won't be at that one. That's a really in the weeds joke if you watch the Republican National Convention.
Steve got it.
Yeah. No, yeah. Steve was on the ground crying
Of
himself
course.
there. Oh, yeah.
No.
See, look,
Well played.
Steve got it.
Yeah.
Well fucking played.
Thank you. But you're going to be spending some time watching some wrestling. So
yeah, this week is wrestling. This week I am Vegas Bad Boys week.
Nice. Steve, what are your final thoughts as we go into the WrestleMania week?
All right. Hey, whatever shows you're seeing this week, just enjoy wrestling. That's the key thing to take away this week is whether you're watching WWE shows or whether you're checking out an indie promotion, whatever the situation is, every year right around this time, we see not just the names that are at the forefront of the wrestling industry, but you have an opportunity to see the future of the wrestling industry. So I would heavily implore you, hey, seek out any of these independent promotions. If you don't have something to do for about 4 hours on any given night from Wednesday through the end of the week, chances are there's a wrestling show to hit up. But in any event,
I want to tag in on that. I'm from Westchester, New York, in the Bronx. If you were, alive in the 90s and watching wrestling and you got to see some indie promotion called ECW and you took it for granted that those guys were just, some filler matches, and now you go, oh, well, Rob Van Dam was amazing. Really? Where were you back then in the 90s and the early 2000s when these guys were doing these shows for like ridiculously affordable prices and were outperforming most other promotions? Go out to these places in Vegas. Go see some great stuff. A lot of these guys are going to end up on WWE, AEW, and they may already be on TNA. And we got a great guy out there, Joe DeFalco, who runs something called Future Stars of Wrestling. A lot of these guys, fucking Karrion Kross was at the benefit for Chris Bay. I might have butchered the name of that what that show was, but he was there. So there's some great fucking people out here wrestling, and not all of it is insanely overpriced. So fucking go be a supporter. What are you going to do? Blow away your money in the fucking slot at the Flamingo? No, fuck.
Well, okay, maybe he didn't blow away his money at the slot at the Flamingo, but he definitely is probably blowing someone now because his money is all gone on certain WrestleMania.
He already told me, dead ass. He told me, I saw him yesterday. He goes, there won't be any cruises for about a year.
No, and it's all because he gets to play fucking atomic golf with the Zim.
Yeah, of course.
Atomic golf is.
Was that the package that he went with? Was the Top Golf package? Oh my god, that's funny. That's awesome.
I believe he is playing golf with the Miz.
That's awesome.
I am the Zim, and I am good.
I don't think D has ever held a golf club in his life either. So
we got to get some footage of that shit.
He's not half Asian. I'll say that much.
But yeah, as far as final thoughts, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, REPP sports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Again, repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 10%.
And if you need a place to watch WrestleMania Night 1 on Saturday, go to the Hard Rock. FSW is in conjunction and presenting The Godfather at the Hard Rock. You can get a meet and greet package. It comes with some food and some drinks, or you can get general admission to get in and check out the show with The Godfather. You also have the WWE ID tournament at FSW that FSW is presenting on Friday night. And that's between SmackDown and the Hall of Fame. So you can get down there, watch that show and then get over to the Hall of Fame. Gabe Sapolsky doing a seminar. If you're a wrestler in town, you can do that on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. for $99. Also, FSW is presenting the Future Legends tournament, and this one is a women's tournament with such people as Brittany Brooks competing, Kaya Dream. There's just a great lineup of young talent. Congratulations to Kaya, who is now Reality of Wrestling's women's champion for Booker T's company in Texas. So you can check that out on Sunday morning at noon. Matt Vandegrift will be also on the show defending the Future Legends male championship that he won back at Full Tilt 2. So check that stuff out. Again, so much going on. Just enjoy yourselves. This is again, an opportunity to just see your favorite wrestlers. Check out WrestleCon, check out WWE World, and check out all the different small events where people are hosting. The Palms has a lot of shit going on. Ric Flair will be there, I believe, on Saturday. Mandy is going to be there on Sunday. Someone better get some handcuffs and make sure that I'm nowhere near the Palms.
My palms are going to be all over her.
Well, but Dad, if it was Piper Niven.
My palms to get lost in the folds. No, thank you.
I just want to hunt her like a lion or a deer or like a boar.
This bit is becoming a bore.
Is it? Well, in that case, thank you for tuning in, everybody, and joining us next week. Monday, we will be on, I believe, 12:30 Pacific time, somewhere around then, with our thoughts on WrestleMania and how the weekend was going, because then certain members are going to be at Raw that night. Some of us are going to be doing the NXT stuff. So while Rob and Steve are enjoying SmackDown and Raw and Mania and all that stuff, some of us have opted for the better product of NXT. And
you mean NXT-NA?
Oh, yeah. Because that's exactly what I'm going to. TNA and NXT. NXT-NA. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And again, Solruka. Oh, she looks so good in those new glasses. Maybe I'll have to,
I hear that Mandy's got a full schedule. Just a wide open schedule.
She just got married, unfortunately. So
that means nothing.
I'm gonna have to go after Soul instead. Give me
Jade Cargill doesn't know it yet, but her future second husband. Okay, all right. It's all right. Okay, it's all right. Flair's got like 3 under her belt, and she's got like 3 more to go.
Well, on that note, I think
both Flairs, by the way, she's like trying to beat her dad's record at this point.
Yeah,
the ring collector.
She's not too far behind him. So, all right, here we go, everyone. Again, thanks for tuning in. And
did any of you have a great time tonight?
Yeah. With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert night. Matt and Michael's leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright, Rob Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.